this morning we have Julio Prin with us. You might find his credentials over there in the program, but I would like to share something that you might not know about him. And he's traveling is his passion and spending time with his children whenever he can. Something that he values a lot is sharing with his friends, and I hope some of his friends are here today, and some of you become his friends here today. Something that he also values is discipline, respect, teamwork, optimism, and he always views life with hope. Ladies and gentlemen, Julio Prin.
Thank you. Can you hear me well? I feel like a motivational speaker, but the microphone is not working. And then? Is it working now? Hey, great. Wait, but please bear with me. So, as I was saying, I feel like a motivational speaker with this mic, but I hope everything goes all right. First of all, thank you very much for being here this morning. I'm really pleased to be sharing just a few thoughts about our BNC with all of you. Especially, because of our celebration. We celebrated last night. Who enjoyed this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? How did it go? Did you have a good time? I do hope you're having a better time this morning enjoying this presentation. Yeah, right? Quite ambitious. I was told that there is another BNC celebrating its 75th anniversary this year. Hey, so we're partners in crime. And so, one BNC from Chile, right? Yes. Where in Chile? Concepcion. Well, congratulations. Somebody else? Salvador Bahia. Maravilloso. With Olodum. You guys have tried. Olodum is really something. So Salvador, Concepcion. Is there anybody else? Yes. Yeah? Paraguay. Asunción. Yes. Well, congratulations. Anybody else? Bolivia 70th anniversary. Congratulations. Anybody else? Nicaragua, Managua. 75 years already? Next year. Okay, so, well, I do hope you take some good tips back home. Anybody else? Colombia. Where in Colombia? Bogota. Janet, I do hope you take back some tips also. Oh, excellent, excellent. And Centro Venezolano Americano in Caracas. You cannot imagine, I mean, it would have been so great if we had had the opportunity to welcome you all in Caracas. But someday, next time. So, oh, really? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Santa. Happy birthday to you. Yay. So you're turning 42. So we're a bunch of young BNCs, right? And that's, well, you know, it's so nice to share this with you, because my first question for you was actually to ask you whether you thought it was important to celebrate our BNC's anniversary. Who does not agree with that statement? Who thinks celebrating our anniversary is not important? So everybody agrees. Oh, you do? No, I don't agree. You don't agree with it? Okay, perfect. Well, so then you're going to help me. So you're going to help me with one of the thanks, Elsa. You know, here I have my support team. But the point is, okay, we all agree it is important to celebrate, right? But why is it important to celebrate? Let me see.
Because we do a lot of good.
Why would you celebrate your anniversary? It's okay, you can talk. Talk among yourselves. So I'm going to give you just 3 minutes while I adjust my mic to talk among yourselves why you think it is important to celebrate your BNC's anniversary and why not. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of time and then we'll share what your conclusions are. Okay, so may I have your attention again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 seconds, not bad. Okay, so according to what you talked among yourselves, could we come up with a list of whys we should celebrate our anniversaries? Yes, Anna?
Media exposure in every way.
Be exposed. Yes, exposure. Yes?
It represents effort in many years of political up-downs, and you're still standing.
Very good. Yes, exposure, and it represents effort, and we still stand, yeah, we still stand afloat. Chile.
So many generations behind and so many generations to come.
So many, yes, great. We are now in our BNC looking for our new generation. I mean, we have to think about that. Guillermo from Costa Rica.
It's an opportunity to think about the future.
Think about the future, reflecting on our past. TESOL conventions this year talked about reflecting because of its 50th anniversary. Somebody back there? Yes, Janet?
Positioning. We have, I think, presently we're talking about having a lot of competition and going to what someone over there was saying, positioning that we've been around for 75 years. There's a reason we've been around for 75 years. Come back to the BNC and forget about what we've done.
Excellent. Anybody else? Yes, for a while.
It's also a chance to look back at the why we were formed in the first place. What is our why? Why do we exist?
Yeah, to reflect on our mission, right? Zulia, Maracaibo.
But it also strengthens your own BNC, well, and the stakeholders.
Yes, the stakeholders. Good point. You'll see why. Brazil.
I think that when you celebrate with your staff, it creates a sense of belonging, a sense of you were there.
Very
Proud
important.
of celebrating.
Yes, very important. Anybody else? Yes, and oh,
And why not? Can I say why not?
not yet. Well, we're gonna get there. Don't worry. Would you excuse us for a sec? But there is somebody from Colombia.
At least in Colombia, we see constantly competition opening
Yes.
and closing.
Yes.
So the fact that we celebrate, we announce and we celebrate that we're 60, 70, 75 years, we want to keep going, that someone shows that we really know what we're doing.
Yes, and then we go back to Guatemala's and Mexico's opinions about exposure, effort, and sustainability, right? And Chile, back to Chile?
Okay, I was going to say that we are kind of a unique institution in our regions. So we provide more than the infrastructure. So we provide values,
Yes.
community,
Yes.
services that we can say that makes the difference.
That makes a difference. You can say that again. Well, I'm really pleased to hear your comments because they're pretty much the same as the ones I'm going to share with you. Why would you celebrate it? Visibility, exposure, strengthen networks. Yes, so we make our contacts. We belong in a community, but by celebrating our anniversaries, we expose ourselves, but also we make sure to touch base with our contacts here and there and start new ones because depending on our proposal, our program, celebration program, then we know we have to address X, Y, excuse me, important or convenient institutions, people within our communities. And that will be starting new ones, reaching out to key audiences, target audiences. When we have our planning, then we go of course, we're going to invite our old friends, but we also need to make sure we can contact somebody from X bank, or let's make sure we do not forget Mr. or Mrs. X from X or Y institution, because in the future, we are planning to do this and that. So talking about the future. Impact community. How do you think we can impact community? Yes.
By the services we're giving.
Those services, and by celebrating, how do we impact our community?
They hear about it.
They hear about us. Yes, Gloria?
I would say, talking about the Venezuelan situation, you impact the community, showing the community all that you have been done for 75 years.
What Mexico
Telling the
says.
community that you are not a CIA representative, and you just more and more
Yes.
giving them all the opportunities you have.
Yes, neither CIA nor FBI. Yeah, you're right. And what about aligned with strategic planning mission? I think it was Janet who mentioned it from Bogota when she mentioned that. I mean, that's what we're here for. And I combined it with Chile. When that we let our community know what we're here for, and the services we provide do impact our community positively. And let me show you what we do and why we're proud of what we're doing and how that would benefit you, the ultimate users, because that's what we're here for, right? And it was Brazil who mentioned a sense of belonging in the staff. I don't know about you guys, but I do think this is a very, very important point. Simply because, as we all know, in organizational development, organizations are their people. We are our BNCs. And it is our responsibility to make our staff understand the importance of their being within our organizations. And by doing that, by including them within the programming, by making them realize our celebration is their own celebration, we are establishing this sense of belonging. In our country, in our setting, it is really necessary to do that. We do have to make sure that our people feel that CBA is the place, which is not easy, but it is the place, let me tell you. They say, why not? Why do you think we should not celebrate?
Because it's too expensive.
It is too expensive. Money talks. What else? Time consuming, says Misael. Yes. I mean, this takes a lot of time and effort and menial tasks. Yes, back there from the Dominican Republic, Sandra. If it is too expensive, you get sponsors. Hey, Sandrita, but I mean, that comes later on in my presentation. Yeah, that's good. That's a key point. Yes. Somebody else? I just attended Michelle's and Diego's presentation, and I'm going to share this with you because it has to do with this. With this? Too expensive, you'd say. You're right. She didn't see my presentation before, Michelle. Priorities and budget. Yes, sometimes we do want to celebrate, but you know what? We have to think about remodeling our library. We have to pay more so we can keep our staff with us. Sorry. There was this emergency with power failure, so, well, the money we had for the celebration, we have to redirect it towards some other works. So it is, we have priorities and budget, low profile. Michelle and Diego were talking about how they remodeled the process of remodeling Ceban in Mérida in Venezuela, how they did. And Diego mentioned something. Diego is the architect, let me tell you, who was in charge of the whole remodeling project. And he mentioned something very important. How to keep Ceban at a certain profile that it would not be that exposed to the community. Of course, this is an extraordinary situation that happens in Venezuela, but Diego, very well planned, because we even have to think about that. Is it really convenient? Yes, we do want to do it, but how much, and we do want to impact the community, but how much it's going to impact ourselves indoors to the eyes of the ones that shall not be named. So it is true. In some cases, most of the cases, why not celebrate? We're proud of it. Yes, we know what we're here for, and we want to share that with our stakeholders. But in some cases, that can happen. Okay, so, sorry. Then let's see, we're going to celebrate, right? And let's talk a little bit about money. Too expensive. Is it actually too expensive? How much do you think, if you're going to celebrate your anniversaries, what percentage of your budget do you think it would be reasonable to spend on celebrating your anniversary? 50% of your income? Of your real income? Party animals? Nope. 25% of your income? Yearly income? 25% of the State Department income? Anybody from the State Department? What about 5% of your yearly income? Sounds reasonable. Yeah, it is a lot, but is it going to be, are you going to regard it as expense or as an investment? So then, depending on how you plan it and what the return you're going to get, it may be an expense or an expense or an investment, right? But in this, I'm going to share this with you. In our case, we talked about it, and the board of directors agreed on around 5, the range was 4 or 5%. Okay, so allocated funds, so we have to think of a reasonable budget. But now, we have our budget. We got the approval from the board of directors. Well, Julio, yeah, from 4 to 5%, and that's it. No more than that. But then we have to think about which activities to include on our program. And this is the second group talk activity. You are going to, to come up with a list of activities you think should be included on your celebration agenda. So I'm going to give you, 5 minutes? Would that be all right? 3 minutes, very good. Okay, starting now. Are we back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 seconds. Not bad at all. So, what about your list of activities? Who wants to share, what you would include on your program? I would include that too. Yes, Johnny.
We are to first of all look at what the media is interested on publishing.
Okay.
And coming out with, and also something that deals with social responsibility.
Okay.
Because that is
very good.
what we all have to work on to make any impact in society.
Very
so,
good.
If we can combine those two elements, then it's an excellent investment.
Very good.
And you can attract other firms
Yeah.
and volunteer students,
Yeah.
other institutions to join, but the main umbrella is
Yeah.
just 75 years of existence.
Mhm.
And you get a lot of people cooperating, so your budget allowance becomes lower, and you make an impact on the present, which is what you really want. You don't need seen.
Yes, you already seen, and so then you have to be careful with the activities you think would make more noise, right?
Exactly.
So which activities, taking Johnny's coming into account, which activities you think we could include, and that's Maria, right, Peru? Yeah? Yes. That is very important. And I'm going to tell you why in a couple of minutes. I mean, academic and cultural activities. Maria said that in Peru, what they do is that they include both avenues, academic activities as well as cultural activities. Somebody else? Yes, Mexico.
Well, I think what's very important is to make the teachers can help
Yes.
that organization to establish a very graphic timeline.
Yes.
We started here and wow, we're here.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, a timeline. Anybody else? Cultural. Would you consider any specific, very specific cultural activity or academic activity? Yes, Janet.
One of the things that we're talking about doing next year in Bogotá is we do an academic symposium that's a major event in Colombia. And within the framework of that symposium, we want to do a major cultural event. And we've been talking about doing popular music, the popular music in Colombia, popular music in the U.S. of the decades, of the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and having it sort of vacuum that within the framework of the symposium, so we have all those people.
So, I think we have something to share with you guys about that. But I'm really pleased to hear what you said about both avenues, and I'm going to tell you why. This is what we came up with. We came up with a poster by a renowned graphic designer, Santiago Paul. You can Google him, sorry. And we wanted not only, this was the visual image of our celebration. We retouched our logo on the one hand, and we had, the poster that for our promotion, which is it reads 75th anniversary, and depending on the activity, that's the framework. And then we have this art piece, and I'm gonna go over this quickly. This represents the academic keynote for the folders. This fountain pen represents literature, writings. These colors represent visual arts. This one represents, this is visual arts, right, Liliana? This one.
No.
This is theater, okay, drama, visual arts, and of course, our anniversary candle. This diapason represents music, and this represents academic activities, and again, visual arts, especially movies. So, yes, we're going to celebrate this year, but our poster remains. So, maybe in the future we can use this art piece to present to somebody we consider is worthy of receiving it. Or we can have it, as we do have it, exposed in our building. So this is just an idea for you to think not only the promotional poster, but also think about an art piece. The opening concert, that was July 4th, 2015, and Janet, on this concert, what we did was a timeline, and the musical pieces described what was happening in Venezuela, in Caracas, from the 40s up to this moment. So it was music, dance, talks, it was a very nice format, because it was very educational. It was not just music and then we go dance. No, I mean, it was really enjoyable because people did take back home something meaningful about CVA and how CVA, grew throughout the years. So I do think this would work out all right for you. Then we had the closing concert. I'm very proud to say the Venezuela Symphonic Orchestra was conducted by Elisa Vegas, a very well-known director in Venezuela. And this gentleman here, Mark Friedman, he's an American who's lived in Venezuela for 35 years, and we actually honored him on that occasion. That was July 4th, 2016. And what you see here, and this is another tip, this was really something. Yeah, this was really good because you have the orchestra playing, and there was a video showing part of our history. So people were enjoying really good music and really good images about us. So that was a way, and of course our guests were our contacts, people, from banks, companies, embassies. We asked our board of directors to contact their contacts, so they were all here. This was one of the main theaters now in Caracas. Then we had also theater plays all throughout the year. And the point here is that we took university students were part of this programming, and they were related to us through our the cultural committee that we have on our board. Then we had a photo contest related to that was last year the UN's, right? Theme about soils. International Year of Soils. And we had art exhibits. This art exhibit took place at Universidad Católica, where we have an English program. So we also wanted to include our allies, our partners. So we took this art exhibit to Universidad Católica. We produced this, one of our prides, our book, and a DVD also, a promotional video, and also a documentary video, which is going to be shown on Vale TV, one TV station back in Venezuela, which is cultural actually, and it's going to be shown in September, right? And apart from that, we had talks, and that goes back to the academic avenue. We wanted to address talks related to technology and entrepreneurship. But also, we realized that we needed to strengthen our academic avenue. And this is the point. About the programming, how much do you think is too much? Do you think your celebration could be just one day? 1 week? A whole year. Does everybody agree? In our case, it went the whole year. It started July 4th last year, and the first stage of our celebration was July 4th, 2016, but we extended it a little bit longer until the end of this year. Okay, so, but then, yes, there is something I want to share with you. Sorry, the time frame. We had our kickoff, what I told you about this concert, then we had our central event, another concert, but in between we had then what I showed you, right? But apart from that, there was some certain situations with the budget follow-up. We organized at a concert, a Christmas concert, last year. But something went wrong. One of our sponsors simply backed out for reasons that we are not going to go deep into here, but we were left alone. In this case, I wanted to share this with you. What would you do? Would you go ahead with the concert, and why? Or would you simply cancel, and why? What is your opinion? Sorry?
Go ahead.
You would go ahead. How am I doing with time? Would it? Who wouldn't go ahead? Who wouldn't go ahead with it? So, okay, everybody agrees on going on with it. Why? It's already on. Image. What else? What else? Credibility. You wouldn't be honored. So, I mean, your reputation. You said we're going to do it, so you've got to do it. It's got to be done. And that was what we did. We redirected, some funds here and there, and we managed to pull through. But it is important, if you compromise, if you commit, you've got to deliver. I mean, the simplest thing. But then, academic activities. We realized we needed to strengthen our academic avenue within our celebration. So, I received a phone call from the English language coordinator and the president of Ventiso, the Teachers Association in Venezuela. There was the visit of an English language specialist coming to Caracas, and they asked me whether we could host a workshop at CBA. What do you think I said? I said, no, we're too busy with this. No. I said, yes, we're going to do this. And why do you think we did that?
Teachers have to feel that the celebration means them, not only concerts and events and stuff like. Instead of they investing on me, because I'm the greatest person in this center.
Yes.
And
yes. Exactly. And not only that, you talked, Johnny, about social responsibility. It was our opportunity to show our community of users that we do care about the professional development, not only of our teachers, but of the teachers within the community. Because we opened our doors for Ventiso, for the English language coordinator at the embassy, we joined forces so we could actually deliver something meaningful to our teachers. Let me tell you, I'm very proud to say that it was one of the most, the number of attendees was really meaningful because Caracas tends to be a little bit tough. So we were really pleased, and it was just because we jumped to the opportunity. How much do you think that meant in terms of money? That's the key, collaboration. Yes, we did contribute in kind, but the investment was kept to the minimum simply because there were funds from Bentisol. The embassy also contributed with some material in kind, so it was manageable and the impact was really, really meaningful. So that's a tip for you, collaboration. But do you think just one activity would be enough? No? Okay, what if I give you 2 more minutes and no more minutes for you to think about academic activities you think could fit within your anniversary program? And we start right now, just 2 minutes. How do you know? Thank you for your Okay, so I think we are, how are we doing with time? I think we're a little bit behind, right? Yes, okay, so, no, there is a video. I want you guys to watch the video. Okay. So let's move on a little bit faster so you get the opportunity, you have the opportunity to watch the video. So, which academic activities do you think you would include within your programming? Yes, that would be called computer-assisted language learning, for example. What else? Yes, I need.
How to use their skills for students that normally they don't use because they don't know how to.
How to use?
There's these are their
Yes, okay, yes.
how to use it and when to use it and for what they use it.
Technology-related strategies. What else? Yes, Joe? Yes. Yes, trace effects. Rick is around here. That's music to Rick's ear. Hey, there he is. Okay. Anything else? Let me show you what we came up with. I'll be very pleased to share with you. Spelling Bee, which is part actually of our annual events, but within the context of our celebration, a forum of BLT with the TESOL president and some Venezuelan specialists. Talk to all employees to a sense of belonging, Brazil. Talk to all employees and board members about blended learning. So everybody now knows at TVA that we are going in that direction and what it means, what it is about. Sorry. It is very important to get your staff involved. The use of books designed by TVA, and I'm very proud to introduce you to our academic director, Yvette Machado is here, and she is the one coordinating this new curriculum material design. We already have the introductory and basic level ready, right? And a talk conducted by our board member portraying history and binationality. And I don't know if it happens to you, but I was really pleased to realize that one of our board members wanted to participate actively beyond his being a simple host. So I wanted to share this with you that may be helpful. Maybe within your boards there is somebody, a specialist, somebody who can, I don't know, give a talk or play an instrument or score dance, who knows. Okay, and what do you think about the budget? We included all these activities. What do you think, or how do you think we did that? Even though the key was given by Maracaibo. You know how you can do this? Collaboration. Collaboration, so then expenses, so costs are really reduced. Believe me, if you do that, if you talk to the president of the Teachers Association in your country, for example, and that you provide the space, that's a lot you can contribute, for example. So I just wanted to leave that for your, food for thought. And what's next? I think it was Guillermo from Costa Rica who mentioned what to do in the future. After the celebration, apart from our hangovers, what else do you think we can have? Are you ready? I'll give myself a look. Follow up, related projects, cultural products, joint projects. Sorry, can you think of any cultural product? Sorry? The book, okay. You know what we're going to do with the book? We're going to go to the bookstores. We're going to talk to the bookstore owner, and we'll see if they can have our books for sale at a very reasonable price, very expensive, I'm sorry. It's really nice. And let's see if we can get a return, but also get more visibility, more exposure. And but there is another cultural product, and you'll see it in a minute on the video. Joint projects. Do you guys, with your cultural activity, your academic activities, as I told you, you can actually join forces with other allies. But also nowadays, we have in Caracas, our auditorium is rather small. So we have to establish presence in the city, going to other spaces, to theaters, and now we have those strong contacts in a couple of good theaters in Caracas. So now, after the celebration, of course, we're going to go back to them and try to work on future projects according to, obviously, to our planning and to our strategic planning. So this is just food for thought, but I also wanted you to see the product, what we have done, and there is a bonus on the video I'm about to show you. It has to do with Halloween, but it has spelling bee. There's some activities that we still need to show, to include, but I wanted to share this with you. I really do hope, and on behalf of CBA staff, we do hope you enjoy it. Okay, and let me see. No, but I want to see the video. And
Va a ser muy tarde llegar. Esta noche no voy a poder dormir sin comerme un cucurucho de maní.
Entonces vamos para afinar, chicos, con pe, 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 pa, pa.
Quisiera felicitar a la CDA, el Centro Venezolano Americano, por su aniversario de los 75 años, dando servicio a la comunidad aquí en Caracas y a toda Venezuela.
El CDA es apreciado muy profundamente por la sociedad venezolana, dado su larga trayectoria, dado sus logros, sus frutos, que esperamos que puedan seguir adelante asumiendo los nuevos retos que nos presentan los nuevos tiempos también.
Que esas resonancias encentricas reposen al comienzo de unos pequeñísimos versos de José Ignacio Tamaulipas.
En este punto del tiempo, este no es el espejo de hace años, es el espejo de cambio. Nunca el pobre que me creía. Hey, en la vida, donde fui, fui. Donde me detuve. Cuando leo, hablo.
Bueno, soy Willy McKay. Para mí fue una maravilla poder recitar la poesía de Gregory Corso, el universo beat, eso que llenó de nueva poesía la literatura global y la literatura en inglés. Y bueno, es una maravilla que haya sido el Buscón y el CBA, el Centro Venezolano Americano, quien nos convocara.
Soy Víctor Cuica, estaba compartiendo con la poesía de Gregory Corso con mi amigo Willy McKay.
walking in the supernatural darkness of cold water flats.
I wanted to show you what we did with spelling bee with the academic activities, but I don't want to be disrespectful with the next speaker. There are like 3-4 minutes more. But, well, if anybody is interested, we could actually make arrangements so that you can see the rest of the video. But just our last activity, and it's going to take just 2 minutes. We have a raffle I made, and it's not going to be about the one that shall not be named. No. Well, so we do hope you can take back home the whole concert, inaugural concert, and Janet, it has to do with the way, the timeline that was shown back 1 year back. Gosh, this is the motivational speaker at the very end. Okay, so I'm going to think of a number, and whoever gives it a number, of course, gets a prize. So, ready, I thought about the number, and the number is?
17.
Nope.
16.
Nope. Nope.
75.
From 1 to 10. 7. Who said 7? 7. Who else said, you said 7? Who else said 7? And you. You said 7? You're welcome. So is it true you also said 7? Yes? Promise? Oh, really? So here you are. Well, so just to wrap up, the point is here, the keys are, celebration, optimism, collaboration. Think about your partners and think about the community of users, your stakeholders. And by doing that and planning strategically, I'm sure you can come up with a good celebration worth remembering in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.